So hey boys and girls, how's everybody doing? Q here. Hey, as the thumbnail probably told you, today I'm going to explain why you should not punch a Cadillac, even if the Cadillac thoroughly deserves it. So a month or so ago, I was riding along on the Royal Enfield here, and I was wearing this BMW jacket. I think you have to admit, it's a pretty cool jacket. I'll leave the link below where I got it. Anyway, I was wearing this jacket on this motorcycle, and this Cadillac Lyric, I don't know if you're familiar with this car. It's a new Cadillac, 100% electric. I think it's 100% electric. It might be some kind of hybrid. But anyway, electric cars are fast. I know because I have one. I have a Niro EV, a Kia Niro. Love it. So I'm riding along on Route 57, minding my own business, mind you, riding like a perfectly normal person. And suddenly, and there's cars in front of me, there's traffic. It's not like anybody's going anywhere, right? And suddenly this purple, fluorescent purple Cadillac Lyric darts around me and slots in right in front of me. And we're going about 50, 55 miles an hour. And, you know, I try to be accepting in life. I try to go with the flow, and age helps me do that. But for some reason, this move was so boneheaded and so pointless and so aggressive, I got the red mist, you know. So this bike has sufficient power. So what I did is I went out and just around him and jammed right in front of him. You know, there's cars in front of us. We're not going any faster. Nobody's going any faster. So I'm thinking that's the end of it. He passed me like a madman. I passed him like a madman. Unfortunately, that was not the end. Not at all. Because then this lunatic passes me again, just as aggressively, just as crazy. And look, I get it. He's got 600 horsepower probably in that electric Cadillac. But he passes me again, not only passes me, but actually clips this mirror right here. I still have the mark. So, and I mean, my mind just, right? So I've seen dozens and dozens and dozens of videos of motorcyclists punching mirrors of cars, right? Cars get in their way, cars do stupid shit. The motorcyclist loses his mind, he smashes the mirror. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Don't smash car mirrors. It's really stupid. So guess what I did? Well, I sized up this Cadillac. Again, we're going along at about 50 miles an hour. And we just happened to be coming up to where I was going to make a left-hand turn off into the countryside. So I did it, man. I got on the throttle. I got right up beside him, punched that mirror as hard as I could. I hope it broke. I didn't hear shattering glass, but the mirror certainly, you know, flew on its hinge back and forth. And then I immediately made my left-hand turn. And then I spent the next, 10 minutes looking in the mirrors. Is this lunatic gonna come shoot me or something? Very bad idea. But that was pretty much it. You know, that was the incident. And he passed me like a lunatic. I passed him like a lunatic. He hit my mirror. I hit his mirror. You know, little frontier justice. And I thought, I was lucky to get away with that intact. If you're a motorcyclist, you really don't want to be fighting cars. That is a prescription for losing. But what happened next was totally bizarre. And I'm not a big believer in karma and these things, but I proceeded to get 4, maybe 5 flat tires in a row after the Cadillac incident. So the first one was I was driving along in the same area, by the way, and I was stopped at a stoplight behind cars, and the traffic started moving, and I heard a goosh. And what happened is I had a construction spike the size of my finger go through my rear tire. So that little incident cost me $430. And that was even with a discount from the BMW dealership. They didn't have a Michelin Commander 3 in stock, so they put a Michelin Commander 2 on there. Pretty much the same tire, I hope. They gave me a little bit of a discount because I just put new tires on this thing a few weeks before that. So it was a brand new Michelin 3 tire with a spike through it, gone, $430 that cost me. But wait, there's more. Because next, I was riding my Royal Enfield down to, where the hell was I going? Charleston. I was going down to Charleston to get the 16-tooth sprocket, front sprocket, and the new rear sprocket, and the new chain put on. And I was halfway there, and the rear tire went flat. And this is a fairly new Dunlop Battle Axe tire. I get a flat tire in the middle, 50 miles from home, right? So this is my second flat tire within a matter of days after punching the Cadillac. So I took it to Redline. Oh, first of all, I thank God I have an AMA membership, American Motorcyclists Association. That includes roadside assistance. So yeah, I had to sit in 90-degree heat under a tree for 2 hours waiting for the guy to show up. But, you know, that's to be expected. And he did show up. Nice guy, chain smoker. You know, let's just say he was a local here to the south. Nice guy. He drove me to Redline, the dealership. I repaired the tire, new tube. These are tube tires, which kind of sucks. So the new tube and the labor was like another $100, I think it was $180. So now, so far, since punching that Cadillac, I've had 2 flats to the tune of about $600 out of my wallet. But I got the tube fixed. I paid the $180, and I just went on with my life, right? So then I'm riding this Royal Enfield out in the country lanes where I usually do. And we have massive development going on here. Our roads are full of dump trucks hauling dirt, large trucks trailering heavy equipment. This whole place is like a construction war zone. They're building houses and condos at an incredible rate because, you know, this is an attractive place to live here in South Carolina. Taxes are low, weather's pretty good. We've got a hurricane going on today, but today's kind of a pause in Hurricane Debbie. But anyway, I'm riding along, and I get home, and I'm looking at this rear tire, and there's a nail in it. There's a nail stuck in it. So now this is my 3rd flat tire. So I didn't know what to do, and I took some pliers, and I grabbed the head of the nail and pulled it out, hoping that would be the end of it, and no, all the air goes out of the tire. So that's 3 flat tires now within like 10 days of punching the Cadillac. So now I have a Royal Enfield with another flat tire. And so no good way of getting it to back to a dealership without, you know, paying money for it. So I bought a trailer hitch for my Kia Niro. That was $200. It was another $300 to get the electrical harness hooked up so the trailer hitch would be legal, so you have brake lights on the trailer. So call it $500 for the trailer hitch, which means now I'm about $1,100 into this Cadillac Karma. And then I go rent a trailer. That was $25. Drove it down to coastal India, the Royal Enfield guys, and said, I need your heavy-dutyest inner tube you've got. And the guy on the phone said, we've got one that's so thick you could almost use it as a rear tire. So I said, okay, great, please fix that. So they fix it. It's another, I don't know, $150. So what are we up to now? $1,250 US dollars. Got to rent no, I didn't rent a trailer. How did I get down there? Maybe I did. Yeah, I didn't want to bother my wife. So I rented the trailer again, drove down there, got the bike, brought it back here. It was another 12. So now we're up to like $1,250. And thought that was the end of it. You know, please, God, I'm sorry I punched the Cadillac. Right? It was silly. I was upset. Big mistake. And so after that, I resumed riding the Royal Enfield. I ride one of these bikes, 60, 70 miles a day. It's my, my meditation, it's my mental health is what it is. I just love it. So I took the bike, Royal Enfield, out again. I get home, I'm looking at the rear tire, and sure enough, there is the head of another goddamn nail right here in this tire. So what is that? I've lost count. Is that 4 or 5 flat tires now? Unbelievable. So it just so happened my wife and I were going on vacation to celebrate our 30th wedding anniversary. Thank you. Thank you for your congratulations. So we just left. I left the bike here, of course. And, well, not of course. I actually took the BMW. So she took her car. I took the BMW. Went to Lake Murray in South Carolina. Beautiful place. The roads weren't very good for motorcycling, at least the ones I had time to find. Came home. This thing, the Royal Enfield's just been sitting here. I don't know what to do. In fact, on the vacation, I made the decision, you know what? When I get home, I can't ride this Royal Enfield on the roads anymore. I mean, it's sad because this is the most beautiful motorcycle I've ever owned. I think it's the most beautiful motorcycle I've ever seen. The proportions, I mean, everything about it, the tank, it's just beautiful. And I've made a few modifications. I put a DNA air filter in there. I put the temperature gauge relocator on there. I don't know that did anything. Of course, it's on its new pair of Dunlop tires. I've got those inexpensive AEW exhausts that I bought from India, very, very cheap. So I've put a fair amount into this bike. Plus, I just love this motorcycle. So I made a really tough decision. I said, when we get back from our anniversary trip, I'm going to have to take this down. I'll take it down to Redline Motorsports in Myrtle Beach. I'll take it to Coastal Indian down in Murrells Inlet, and I'm going to see who's going to give me the best deal on something else. And what else am I going to buy? I don't know. It could be that new Suzuki GSX 8S. They have one of those at Redline. They've got a Tiger Sport 660 at Coastal Indian. They've got Bonneville's at Coastal Indian. I might buy a $30,000 Indian Pursuit, $35,000, or a Challenger. I have no idea. I got to just go see what kind of deals are available. But that nail head is still here in the tire. And I'm here, and these dealerships are 20, 30, 40 miles away. So what am I going to do? I go rent a trailer again and drag this thing around? Should I try to ride it? I took some of the air out, and I put some Fix-A-Flat in there and spun the tire a little bit, and I just didn't know what to do. So I went to ride it. I said, I'm going to try to ride it, which is kind of crazy. And I got like a mile from my house, and I didn't like the way it felt. Something was off. So I came back. So now I'm going to have to rent a trailer. And so I was thinking, well, let me pull this nail out. Maybe with that extra thick inner tube Coastal put in there, maybe it won't go when I pull the nail out. Maybe I got lucky here. I'll still need to take it to some place and have them look at it. you know, because the inner tube might be damaged, just waiting to go flat. But let me pull the nail out. So I grabbed some needle nose pliers, you know, something like these. And I said, let's try to pull this nail out. Cross my fingers, hope to die. We'll see what happens. So I go to pull the nail out, and I grab it, and I give it a good pull, and it was a pebble. It was only a pebble stuck in the tread here, and it was worn in silver, and it looked like the head of a nail, but it wasn't the head of a nail. It was just a pebble. Now, I've ridden a Royal Enfield several times since I discovered the pebble. No more flat tires. I don't know what to tell you, but I will say this. Don't punch a Cadillac. It's a bad move. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.